All right. Hello. 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 I'm late. I am late today. I apologize. Um, yeah, I'm eating some lunch right now, so I'm gonna finish eating. But let me see. Is there something we can watch in the meantime? Let's pull up. We'll pull up yesterday's Fortune Eternum just in case anyone missed it. Let's see. Where is it now? So yeah, I'm just gonna pop this on again, so then we can watch this, just so I can finish eating. I don't know if I'll watch the whole thing, but I need to finish eating here, then I am good to go. Let me do
The
this.
lack of investment into the PvP aspect. Can we please
All
get
right.
an update on cross?
So we're just gonna watch this while I finish eating my lunch,
Not win.
and then we'll be good to go.
Hey everybody, welcome to Forge in Eternum, where we talk about all things New World. Today we're in San Francisco at the Game Developers Conference, doing it on location. And it's a Q&A episode. I'm here with Katie and Scott, who you know really well by now. Bring on the questions, Levin.
First things first, is there any news on Season 5 and its release?
Yes, Season 5 will be released April 2nd.
Okay. So, that said, little context from me. All right. We are
Hey,
filming
Graham.
this right after a Game Developers Conference panel we hosted titled The Power of Community Feedback to Create Better Games. And right now, I would describe the temperature as kind of hot, right? There are many concerns that we are giving up on the game, that we don't care, that we aren't communicating enough about, our delayed Season 5 release. The list is extensive. So in the spirit of using community feedback to create better games, what can you tell us? Why do we have to wait until June? And will there be any news about upcoming features before then?
So first, nobody is giving up on the game from the developer standpoint. We are working long hours and really hard toward a big goal this year, which we can't wait to share with you in June. It destroys us that we can't give you the information that you want. We'd love to talk about this, but sometimes you have to look at what's best for the long-term health of the game against some of the short-term gains. And it's awful, and I know it's not what you want to hear. That said, we're not allowed to give any real details about what's coming out or what we're going to announce in June. But we're trying to figure clever ways we can give you some information and at least let you have a kind of an idea on what's coming.
All right. So eagle-eyed viewers should be looking for little clues here and there.
Absolutely. There's going to be some clues. There might even be one in this episode. And it might even be more than a clue. It might be a direct answer.
What is Amazon Games doing with these delays?
We hear you loud and clear on, we've not had a great history of releases being clean, and we told you it was a focus of ours, and then we had the Season 4, which we weren't proud of. We're taking the time here to try and get it right. And let's not forget, we just completely changed the entire underlying system under our animation system, which means all navigation and combat, mantling. There were problems, and you found a lot in the PTR. We want to address as many of those as we can. We're not going to get all of them, but we are prioritizing the ones that could be exploitive in gameplay. It's super important. And this is a new process that we've got to give it a shot, and we need to get better. And we're really doing everything we can to make Season 5 a clean release.
All right. Why has there been such a lack of investment into the PvP aspect of your game? Is it down to resource management, player data?
Yeah, so before we launched, like way back, New World was a PvP focused game. And we listened to the players at that time, and we adjusted, and we actually made it more PvE focused based on that feedback. And what we see is the majority of our players are PvE focused. We do have PvP players.
When Season 5? Season 5 is on Tuesday, a week from today.
Definitely something that we want to invest in.
Well, on that
1 week
note,
from today.
I know you can't talk about upcoming content, but can you at least say, yes, PvP things are coming, be as vague as you want, but we need something?
Yes, we're working on something for PvP that's pretty darn big part of the June announcement, and we can't wait to share it with you. If I could tell you today, I would. I'm really excited about it.
Okay, well, can we please get an update on cross-server 3v3?
you will get them in 2024.
All right. Big secret. Why is it a secret?
I touched on this in the beginning, but sometimes you have to do what's best for the long-term health of the game over the short-term health. And we have different information than you all have on that. We can't share it yet. I think it'll be more apparent once we make the announcement. But it's a secret.
A long time ago, we got a small peek at daggers as a weapon in New World. Is that still happening, or at least a possibility?
We are not working on daggers.
Okay. Any planned update to OPR? Honestly, at this point, just a new map will not cut it. It needs a bigger update than just a new map.
Well, I touched on this on my 3 answers ago. We're doing a big investment in PvP. It is not an OPR map, but I think
Yeah,
it'll
no problem.
satiate the PvP players.
Any idea if we can expect more expansions ever?
Yes, you can expect expansions ever.
Given there is a general sense of frustration around New World right now, low player count, Season 5 delayed, a sense not being heard as a community, why is there a lack of effort from the devs to communicate and address the community's frustration? It's been nothing but radio silence from the devs.
So we've talked about this a few times, like it's not a lack of effort, it's not a lack of desire. We would love to be telling you everything we're doing, but it's not best for the long-term health of the game right now. And as soon as we can in June, we will. But we do understand
Because they don't
that
have
we need
certain
to,
stuff confirmed,
I'd
I'm
wanna know
sure,
more
and
too if I was
again,
out-
analytics
if
and
I
stuff
was
that we don't
outside
have
of the
access
game,
to.
so
So
we're gonna try to find ways to give
some
you
of it's just
hints or
best to
clues
kind
on
of
what
keep
we're working
quiet on
the
it
next
until
month or
they
so.
are able
What
to say
devs
more.
actually play the game and what served?
Yeah, so
Playing
so
USC
all
Smarama
devs
for
play
my
the game is
main,
what
and then
we absolutely
my
strive for.
alt is
I know that
on
Scott just did a
EU
presentation
Nissa or
with some of
Nisa.
our playtime.
So I play on
And
2
as
different
far as
servers.
leadership team, besides the new guy who only has about 100 hours, all of us are over 1,000. One of us is over 3,000. But yeah, so we do play the game. I will say that the majority of devs have a character. Some have their main on El Dorado. There's also some folks on Lilith.
And Isabella.
And Isabella. I have my secondary on Isabella,
Yeah.
but to be quite honest, I haven't really logged into that character in a while.
That's my primary.
Your
And then I have
primary is on
another, and I
Isabella?
have another one on El Dorado.
Oh.
I was gonna say I have about 750 hours on El Dorado and about 750 hours on Isabella.
Yeah, Isabella was my fresh start world. It was a lot of fun. But I went back to my main probably like 3 months ago.
I think it's critically important that everyone on the dev team play the game. I literally just did a talk on how important this is. If there's one takeaway, it's get your team to play the game. Otherwise, we can't have authentic conversations with the players. It's impossible.
Are there any plans to improve the town buffs? I would really love to see the ability to request or personally purchase them.
Right now, that's not in the works.
Are there plans to be more aggressive with PvP balance? The PvP balancing was implemented but isn't being adjusted as much as one would have thought. Is there plans to adjust them more to prevent metas in PvP becoming too stale or boring?
Well, I think like every patch we put out tends to have balance changes incorporated into them. And the bigger patches, will contain kind of weapon reworks or reimagining. So that's something that our combat team is always looking at and always trying to balance.
I need to go
especially
clean
when
up my
there's,
lunch really quick. I'll be right back.
There's exploits, then we'll, hotfix for that because we know that kind of like exploitative gameplay, like it's just not like that has to get hit immediately. But in terms of like the meta and stuff,
We have a combat balance update that happens about like a month to a month and a half after a big seasonal update. That gives us time to really sit with whatever the new meta is, if there is a new meta, and make adjustments, test those adjustments, make sure that they're good. But I will say that, a lot of the time it feels like we don't go so aggressive, and I would agree with them on that. And that's something that we can take back to the team and be like, is this the right change, or should we be more aggressive with it, and then tailor it back for the next one? So that's a conversation we can have.
and take a look at the patch notes for season 5. Like Katie said, April 2nd. So there'll be big changes there. And then I think the next Balance of Power is going to be a couple weeks after that releases, right, Mike?
Yeah, that's right. We looked at all the feedback for Balance of Power from last time. We want to just, keep iterating on this and improving it. So the next episode of Balance of Power will launch a few weeks after season 5.
I'm going to cut the video short.
Yeah, I would just add on because of my last.
We watched this yesterday.
majority
I was
of
just
our
kind of watching it
combat
while I
team
eat.
Plays the game actively as
I'm gonna
PvP
post the
players
link
in
though
live.
in both chats. So if
they
you
are
guys want to
into-
go and finish it, you certainly can. Get this over here. There you go. Okay. So I think we'll start with my main. Yeah, we're gonna start with my main account. And then I might swap over to my EU account after a little bit. But I want to keep farming and stuff here and there on this on my main. Stockpile some resources and stuff like that. Had some wings for lunch. They were actually really good. Had like an Asian sweet chili sauce, and then I had some ranch with it. Very, very good. Okay. Oh, what? We don't need to be linking that. Let's check some sugar prices and stuff. See what we were looking at for cost on some of this. Lemons dropped a bit. Look how expensive some people were charging for lemons. It's ridiculous. It's because someone bought out the market, and then a bunch of people started posting for really expensive. Lemons aren't worth that much, but if you want to go farm lemons, go check out my lemon farming video. Let's see, weavers. Are you gonna merge into city? You think market prices will go up? I don't think prices will necessarily go up immediately. Main reason being is that the demand is fairly low right now. So pretty low demand, but supply is gonna go up. And then next season, I mean, there's a chance that people are stockpiling now in order to craft and stuff next season. But just with like populations being lower, I would assume that what we're gonna see is a potential drop in price. Because it kind of depends. It depends on what the player base does. If players choose to post a bunch of stuff for sale, hoping that prices are higher with the merge, there's a good chance that prices actually go down. But if a lot of people just kind of sit on those resources, either to potentially use or to potentially sell next season, then prices might stay about the same or could go up. So it really comes down to what the player base ends up deciding to do. But with the fact that Nissa or Nisa or whatever, that's the server that I play on EU, the fact that we're getting 2 servers merged in, I mean, that's a good chunk of people, you know, if people come back to the game and all that especially. So we'll see. If it were me, I would just kind of keep an eye on the server. Like when I'm on EU, I'll take a look at prices and stuff and see. I haven't been on my EU character in a bit, so I don't remember exactly where I left off with like the market. But like EU and US East, which US East is my main, they're 2 very different markets. You know, you'll see generally some stuff will be just higher in general, but like I've had it where some stuff is really expensive on Marama here, and then on EU it's like really cheap. So it is really tough to say on some stuff, but you know, like if you're into fishing and stuff and you have a bunch of legendary fish, that type of stuff is gonna be pretty expensive. So like if you're really into fishing, it's gonna be a really good season for you. If you're not into fishing, I mean, it'll still be a good season for you, but the fishermen are gonna be making bank. Because all the people who do wars and want the top tier foods are going to have to use legendary fish for it. So either they're going to be buying the fish, or you craft up those consumables and then sell the consumables. The only one that won't, well, I shouldn't say it. The one item that will also go up in price is going to be Sumptuous Rabbit. It's already gone up a little bit, but for the 48 con food, that's what you're going to need. Because currently it's the banana parfait is 48 con, but next season it's going to be the roasted rabbit. Unless they change it. I mean, there's always a chance that they do change that, so we won't know until it's live, but currently in the database for the PTR, it says that the roasted rabbit will be the 48. So, something to think about. Ooh, that's the Relentless Freedom. Nice. It's a good mod. Yeah, no problem. It's tricky because it's not a shared market. So like, I try to, since I have my alt over on EU, I try to check on prices there to kind of confirm, is this just like a weird case with Marama, or is it something where like other servers are seeing something similar? So I do try to pay attention to EU as well as US East. When I start like suggesting certain things to make money and all that. So like right now, I would say like farm up a lot of ingredients for the banana foods, and just because it's easy, and then also look into the legendary fish foods. Because the other thing too with the cooking is that the foods themselves, they're making it so instead of crafting one at a time, you're crafting 3 at a time. Meaning people technically might burn through some of those resources a little bit faster, depending on how many they're trying to mass craft. So there is a chance that the demand just kind of goes crazy with it if people craft up a whole bunch. But like what I did is I'm prepping in a way where I'm collecting a lot of resources. I'm not actually crafting any consumables. And then what I'm going to do, or what I have been doing, is putting up buy orders every so often for like the roasted rabbit. And then I have like 100 to 200 roasted rabbits ready to go. So either I'll keep those or I'll sell them, depending on what the market does. So some stuff you can just kind of hoard for now. But like stuff like lemons are pretty high in price right now. So you could sell those. You could stockpile them too if you want. I think lemons will maintain their value because that's for the dexterity food. And the dexterity food is obviously huge for a lot of people. And so if you kind of stockpile some of that stuff, you know that people are going to be crafting that food type. Because like, I'm not going to go out of my way for legendary fish. I don't like fishing enough to actually like go and catch a bunch. And the price of legendary fish, unless something changes, the price is probably going to be pretty high. So just some things to think about. I like the market. I like thinking about the market and stuff. So, and sometimes you make a whole bunch of money, and then other times something changes by the time it gets to live, and next thing you know, you stockpiled a bunch of stuff for no reason. So it can be tricky. But I want to help other people make money. I like making money in the game in different ways. Obviously, if I wanted to make like the most money the fastest, I just craft. I just craft gear and try to go for some big ticket items. I need to double check resources too, see like if prismatic stuff's down in price or anything. I honestly should start doing my dailies. I don't do my dailies. I'm not good at keeping up with that. But I might start doing it. But there's a lot of people that are transferring or merging into Nissa or Nisa. I don't actually know how it's pronounced, but I just chose that server for my alt back when I started it, and now a bunch of people are saying, hey, we're merging into that. It's kind of cool. I like merges. Merges are nice. Prisma Bloom. Oh, lemons on the last 2 provisions. That's not good. I don't like that. The last like 2 or 3 lemon runs I've had have been not great. I think I'm just gonna try to keep up with them today. People are buying them. I just need to decide if I'm gonna sell this season or next. I might wait and sell next season or just stockpile. I have plenty of sugar though. I've got like 300 sugar saved up. So I'll probably still do sugar runs. Today will probably be a day of alternating between the 2 runs. Maybe try to run, maybe try to do Imperial again. Whoops. Can I jump through this window? Nice. Huge Traveler's Stone. Alright, to Navarro's Kitchen. Should do my Scarab run today as well. Scarabs. Try to keep stockpiling, because I know I'm going to want to craft stuff next season. I might craft some stuff this season, like within the next week here. Maybe even today, I don't know. Yesterday I said I wanted a Gamba and I didn't. But I'm just thinking like a lot of people are going to be crafting next season. And we could probably put together the build that I want to run with the Venom Spear. So I'm going to do a full nature harnessing build with that. Probably medium armor, nature harnessing with spear. And I don't know yet. What should I pair with my spear? Venom Spear. I mean, I guess I could go Sword and Shield. Do a nature damage, Sword and Shield with spear. Might not be that bad. I don't want to do light armor. I'm a terrible melee light armor. I'm awful at it, so... Like, I have moments where I'm decent, but for the most part, I'm not good at it. So I think it's best if we, don't do that. But medium armor I can get away with. I'm not terrible at it, but I'm not like the best yet. I've been getting better with medium melee just because of my Abyss build. this. Man, we are not having a good lemon run. Very, very unfortunate. I'm gonna go do an extended sugar run after this. And save the scarab run. I don't know. I might do a scarab run tonight. See if Kat wants to do that tonight. Because I know she wants to keep up with some of her looting and stuff, but doesn't have the desire to necessarily want to run it solo, so I might save Elysian Wilds and a scarab run when she's home later. We'll see. Coconuts. I don't know if coconuts are gonna actually go up much in price. I'm hoping that they do, but it's one of those where it's like right now they're not worth anything really. So I might stockpile a bunch though. I need to look and see what other territories the coconuts drop in, because that'll also depend on if they're gonna go up in price or not. If it's a territory that's often ran for chest runs, like Brimstone, like if they drop in Brimstone, I'm not gonna bother. It's nice though, because you get extra just from farming lemons, but I won't necessarily go out of my way to buy more. Yeah, 14, that was not great. That was not great at all. All right, let me check on the coconuts really quick, just so we can confirm if it's worth buying them or not right now. Weaverspend, Windsward, and Restless. So yeah, they're not. Let me make sure next season. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be worth it to buy some. I don't think they're gonna go crazy in price, but I think that there's a chance that the coconuts do go up. 109 lemons, 353 sugar. I just want to keep stockpiling that. Because sugar could all of a sudden go up in price. That's just it. Is like, I don't think people are crafting a ton of recipes right now. I might be wrong. Let's see, what are coconuts selling for? Yeah, coconuts are up to $3. So I do think coconuts are starting to go up in price. Because the coconuts are replacing the seasoning blend for the con foods. So although, like, yes, you can still, you know, the roasted rabbit is still definitely a way to go. Which one is it now? The banana parfaits. These are still going to be like a lot cheaper total. Unless mint, well, it depends on mint, I guess. So let me look at this, in the PTR database here. Banana parfait. Crafting recipe. Yeah, so I mean, to craft the banana parfaits, because again, next season you have to craft 3 at a time. It's gonna be 18 bananas, 12 sugar, 6 milk, 12 blueberries, 6 coconuts instead of the seasoning blend, 9 mint, and 9 cinnamon. So, yeah, I mean, I could see some of that stuff going up in price. We'll see. Hey, Taboo. Hello, hello. Okay. Well, let's go do a quick sugar run. Wait. How's the day going? It's going alright. I slept in, so I'm late today. I've only been live for like, what? Half hour? Yeah, not even. Yeah, I probably should farm up cinnamon and Cutlass Keys. Let's check the price on cinnamon right now. Cinnamon and mint. Today is going to be kind of a farming day because I'm just trying to get as much kind of stockpiled while the servers are quiet. Like, now is the time. If you want to farm and get this stuff, like, today is the day. Mainly because merges are coming, so we're gonna have people that, you know, more competition for farming. When season 5 hits, there's gonna be more people active. So now is kind of the time to really farm as much as you can. Yeah, see, mint is even up in price right now. What are the buy orders though? $1.25. I mean, we could probably put up a buy order for $1.50 and do like, actually, wait, let me see what the cinnamon, buy orders are. $1.25 as well. And I don't think Cutlass can drop mint, right? No. Windsward, Weaver's Fen, Restless, which Restless is where I normally farm my mint. I mean, are there good spots in Cutlass? I haven't farmed cinnamon in forever. I used to farm it in First Light. First Light was my cinnamon farming area. So once that went away, I lost my route. So I'm gonna think about doing Cutlass later. Let's go do a sugar run really quick. We'll do an extended sugar run. Hey, calm down, guy. Get out of here. We do the extend. We might as well do the extended, right? Can I not vault over that? Like, hello? They're fixing, they're fixing Pestilence next season, which I'm really excited for. Because I can't use certain weapon perks with it, like with my life staff. Yeah, so I actually didn't even report the issue, but there's an issue with Pestilence where, which I guess I shouldn't say just Pestilence, but I've only tested with Pestilence. So if I'm running Divine Embrace, right? So I'll have Refreshing Divine Embrace. So if someone's below 50%, I get that cooldown reduction. It's great because then I'm able to, you know, throw another Divine Embrace. Well, if I have Pestilence equipped with my life staff, it will completely ignore the Refreshing Divine Embrace, and so I don't get the refreshing. So it completely just like disregards the perk altogether. So although I can throw a Divine Embrace, if they're below 50, I don't get the cooldown. So I don't get a reduction in the cooldown. And I'd noticed in the patch notes they said that there was some issue with Pestilence interacting with certain ability perks. So I'm hoping that that's what it means. If not, then I'll report it, but because it's in the patch notes, I didn't bother reporting it. But it's been an issue for quite some time now. So I'm hoping that that's what that fix means. It's like a really minor thing that it would be unnoticed unless it was like a very specific situation like mine. So I'm hoping that that is the fix though that they're talking about. I don't remember where in the patch notes I saw it, but I remember seeing it and I got excited. Because that's the main reason why I don't like running like for my Plague Doctor build. I love my Plague Doctor build. I hate the fact that I can't utilize my my Refreshing Divine Embrace. That's a huge chunk of my healing cut out when I run that ability. Can't save lives then. Well, I can, it's just a lot harder. And they need to dodge a lot more then. So it's a fix that doesn't necessarily like affect a ton of people. I don't know how many weapons it applies to. Look at that, 13 sugar from that. That's so stupid because I can't get that many lemons. Hello, Captain. Hello, hello. Yeah, I might farm some mint today. Merges tomorrow, though. Merges tomorrow. So that'll be good. That'll be good for a lot of the servers that people have, you know, struggled with some of the non-cross server stuff. What was it? Someone had suggested in, I don't remember if it was the Discord or what, they were like, they said something about like, you guys should make it one market for, you know, the entire, for like everyone. So like all worlds had like a join market, and just got me thinking like, what would happen if there was a gold exploit? And then every single server was just like tainted beyond belief. Because at first I was like, I kind of like the idea of a shared market, like US East all had one trading post that was connected, but then I was like, no, I know that would just be asking for trouble. Some cross-world stuff works, some stuff does not. I think the idea of it, if there were no exploits and stuff like that, I think the idea of it is a cool idea. But I just don't think there's any way they could make that work in the long run. All it would take would be one gold dupe or one exploit or whatever, and it'd just be kind of like game over. That's not including any gold selling and stuff either, you know. But it would be cool. I'll admit, it would be cool, but unfortunately, people gotta ruin it and exploit and cheat and sell gold and all that. Maybe we'll pull a hardened crystal today. Be a nice little chunk of change. I don't know why my rending throw's gone through that thing twice. Ow. So yeah, the sugar run's going great. I don't normally do the lower area down there, but Telling you, go farm your lemons. Make money off your lemons. Lemons are where it's at right now. People are just not figuring it out. The sugar run video did great because that applies to every single banana, you know, consumable. So like a lot of people are always looking for sugar, but for those who need that Dex food, the lemons are a pain. It's a pain to farm them. But I'm excited for the cooking changes. Like the fact that we're not gonna have the stupid split attribute foods anymore is great. I don't think anyone uses those really anymore, do they? Like maybe if you have it for free, but at this point don't use any of them. Just save them because they're gonna turn into single attribute foods. But I don't remember the last time I used a split attribute food. For sure not since the expansion, just because the banana foods are so much better. Which they never should have made the banana foods, you know, 48 attribute. They should have left the legendary fish as the top tier, but that's right. We're putting it to how it should be. Split attribute was good. I mean, I guess it just depended on your gear. But even before that, like, I would primarily just use it only if I got it for free. But I'm also a person who will try to only use con foods, and then I can just put all my focus into getting one type of food rather than trying to get a bunch. But some builds just can't work with it. They were cheaper to get. Yeah, I mean, compared to the single attributes, yeah. But I do think, like, they didn't need them from the start. Well, I should say, from the start, it probably was fine, but later on, once they added the bananas, they should have removed them then. Which, I think they figured it out, obviously, since they're removing them now, but... Once the 48 got added, yeah, there was no point. There's absolutely no point to them. I mean, people can still save money. But like all of my event foods, because I used to use the 33. I used to use the 33 attribute foods from the events because that was like the cheapest. Like you could get that so cheap. And the few attribute points for most things, I just didn't care. And now technically it's what, 36 attribute? If you're level 65. This hatchet is not designed for swinging, it's designed for throwing. I also missed this chest back here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, we're doing decent on the sugar. We'll go back for lemons later. The lemons will have to wait. I'm debating if I want to farm mint and cinnamon or if I should just buy it. I kind of want to just buy it. I like farming it when it's in form of a chest, but not necessarily in form of an herb. We're doing very good on the sugar. Very, very good. But sugar still maintains like a decent price. Like it's still like $6+ on Marama. I usually don't sell all my sugar unless it's $10 or more. Unless I have like an excessive amount, then maybe. Stupid shields. I don't have a good weapons for this necessarily. I mean, this works fine, but... Okay. No, I don't want that. I guess I'm getting that. String beans. Very much just use string beans only for hearty meals and stuff, which I don't craft those anymore anyways, but that's what I used to use them for. I wish I went to taking out these two stockpiles here. They didn't just move them, right? I know I've checked in the past, but yeah, they just got rid of them. Gong doesn't work. It's not like the one in Ebonscale, like in the settlement. Ooh, he dodged that. Let me grab this, I'll be on my way. Ah, I don't have a good weapon designed for this type of fighting. Well, the weapon itself could be good for it, but the way I have it built, it's not. Wasn't the intention to be used in this type of fighting. Ow. Old split shot or whatever it used to be called. Alright, last provisions here. No sugar. Still pretty good though. I mean, not the best for hitting both areas, but it's not bad. Just about 50. I'm gonna skip that last alchemy crate. I don't need it. I'm adding about 3 minutes over on Twitch, just a heads up. Yeah, probably go do a Scarab run, maybe another Lemon run, and then I want to hop onto my EU character at some point and work on some PvP track on it. So for OPRs today, I'll probably be playing on EU for that. I just hit track 20 the last time I was doing OPRs over there, so I need to try to get some artifacts. Alright, let's run back to Rim. I guess I could have just recalled to my house, huh? I just need to drop stuff off before we go do a Scarab run, but I want to keep up with the Scarab runs on this character. And wait, it's Tuesday, right? So new mutations and can buy my golden matter. Free monies. Oh, this freedom mod's nice just to have. They've dropped in price, but still a nice one just to hold on to. Whoops, I meant brimstone. The other thing too that I haven't sold yet, that I actually forgot that I had, was the spicy hot pots. I still have a bunch of those. Where was I? Bullseye. Yeah. Then Brightwood, where did I put those? Weaver's Fen, maybe? Yeah, so I've got 8 spicy hot pots. I didn't realize that that worked for consumable, or for furnishing items. That's actually really nice. Got 88 OPR caches just chilling. When the time comes, I'll open a bunch. Next season. Next season at some point, I'll open them. Frosty, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate it. Welcome in. It's funny, Stream Elements is actually faster than Streamlabs. I just forgot that I had the Stream Elements bot still active, but yeah. Alright, ads starting over on Twitch. I'm just gonna run around town, get a couple things done, and then head over to the Scarab run. How many do I need? 16 of them? Let's do... I don't want to use all of them. Do 29. Just don't forget to buy your daily cache of golden matter. It's free money. Every week. It's a weekly one. Yeah, 1,500 gold. I need to buy that on EU as well. Can't forget. Yeah, I try to do it every Tuesday so I don't forget, because like if it gets too late in the week, I don't think about it. I don't scroll that far down looking at Gypsum casts, you know. Let's put on the Abyss build. It just works so much better for this. I only pulled one scarab yesterday. I like how they still have that little kind of like bug where if you're on your mount and you hit just the right angle, like going down, just like shoots you forward. Even if it's just over a tiny little bump. Alright, on to the next area. So yeah, I'll get the Scarab run done, probably go farm up some more lemons. I don't know if I'll do another sugar run. For sure another lemon run, and then probably switch over to EU. It should be good timing. And then probably do some OPRs on EU, honestly. I need to try to get my PvP track rolling still. Now that I'm 20 on the PvP track over there, now I can actually start getting the artifacts. Plus, I haven't been playing the EU account a whole lot lately, so... Part of that is I played it a lot, though, when I had first started it, so... We're just gonna skip some of the smaller loot. I'm not gonna worry about it. Nice, that'll give me 7. Also, I'm wearing a transmog that has candles on my head. I think that was what? Was it depths? I think that drops from depths. I don't remember mutated depths. I should have ran it more though, because there's a chest piece that I think it's the medium chest piece version of the Waxen set, and it has candles on the shoulders. Really nice playing this character though, because I have all the glyphs unlocked. On EU, I'm at the mercy of whoever wants to help me open chests up. Need a gold. I don't need a gold Void Gauntlet. It's not the loot I'm looking for. It's closed after I got it. I hope this one's open. I have a feeling this one's not going to be open though. No, it's not. Dang it. Farm this up quick. Not. And we hit a sweet spot. Take that. Still got burned, but that's okay. We're gonna eat one of these. Pop one of those. Of course, that closed in that amount of time. Dang it. Alright. Plus 6.7% damage while you have active grit. The only way you can get grit with a Void Gauntlet is with 300 con, right? Yeah, there's no other way of getting grit. Huh. I mean, I guess you could put that together for like a Void Blade build with 300 con. I was originally gonna run that, but running the higher int has been really nice. Whoops. I didn't think he was gonna die there. Nice. I said I didn't need a gold Void Gauntlet, so it gives me a green one. That's fantastic. At least give me one glob. Nope. We're leaving. Bunch of junk. Don't you dare. So if I end up pulling Nimble Coat on EU, I'm gonna have to do an influence race and all that. So I'm hoping what happens on EU is that I can pull Nimble Coat back to back with Pestilence. That's the dream right there. If I do that, then I can level them both up at the same time. It's just gonna suck because 3v3s is awful with that build. I mean, like, I can make it work kind of, but my whole Plague Doctor build is designed for OPRs and like group fights, so it's a little rough in 3v3s. Because if I start getting pressured by like 2 or 3 of them, it's not good. It is not good at all. Which I guess I could run more of a DPS build with Pestilence to get it leveled, but it's a lot easier on this character than it is on that one, because I have more gear. We'll see. Why bother with Nimble? Because I wear Nimble for all my healer builds. That is what I run for my healing build. It is fantastic. It's what I've ran since the expansion. I've tried some other artifacts as well, but I've found Nimble is the best for myself. Featherweight. So like Featherweight's fine. I actually didn't even bother farming Featherweight because I understand it's good defensively. I don't necessarily need the extra defense and armor myself. So just with how I play, the cooldown reduction works much, much better for myself. I can see the benefits of Featherweight though for a lot of people. So it's not like I think that Featherweight is bad by any means. I think just for my play style and the way I like to play, Nimble works a lot better. Like, I don't find myself being like, man, I wish I had more armor or whatever. Like, I just don't run into that situation. But having more cooldowns, I will always say, like, man, I wish I had more cooldowns, you know? So for me personally, Nimble works way, way better. But, and I've talked to other people who kind of same way, you know, similar how I am. But I think either one. You know, I think with artifacts in general, you have a lot of play to be able to do a lot of different things. So that's the best thing about New World, though. There's not just like one singular build that you have to run if you want to, you know, do well. Like, I also don't run Rapier with my Lifestaff. I hate that playstyle. I don't like being, you know, just overly defensive and running away with my build. I like to be part of the fight. I like to use blunderbuss and hammer and spear and hatchet and all of that with my Lifestaff. So I'm a bit different of a healer when it comes to healing. I'm a bit different from what the majority run. I wouldn't consider myself a meta healer in any way. Yeah, I use anything and everything that I have fun with. So therefore, like if I use like if I'm using Spear, I really like Nimble Coat just because then I get like my CCs back a lot faster. I like it with Hammer because then I also get my CC. Like anything, any secondary that I run with Nimble, on top of having, you know, my main 4 stacks of refreshing, it's just crazy how much faster I get those cooldowns back. And then if the weapon has cooldown reduction on top of it, it works really, really well. But like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with running Featherweight. If that's been working for you and you like the extra armor and stuff that you can get from it, like by all means, go for it. I encourage people to not follow my builds to an exact T unless like it is exactly what they thought was going to work for them as well. It's just kind of a baseline of here's what works for me. take that and figure out what works best for you. Just kind of another option to try, so you don't just kind of get stuck with, well, this is what the meta is and I have to do this, you know. I have fun working with builds, so I don't necessarily always follow meta. Some meta stuff though is really, really good, and there's a reason why it's meta, and I get it. But doesn't necessarily mean it matches everyone's playstyle either. And it's fun trying to come up with builds that go against the meta. Because then when you go up against someone who has one of those builds and you're able to kind of counter it better, it makes it very fun. You're not going to farm this guy? I'll take it. Sure. Why not? 27 motes. But I always encourage people to play whatever's fun though. Like, even if it's a meta build that I don't care for, I still encourage people to play it. I'll judge you for it though. I don't really know what's going on until after the fact. And that's just it too, is like, since I don't worry about metas as far as like trying to follow it and stay, you know, up to date with the exact meta of what has to be like the top DPS, I just have fun messing around and testing things and just figuring out what's fun. It just kind of keeps the game fun for me, rather than just kind of falling into that same routine of like, all right, what's everyone else running? This is what I have to run to stay competitive. But I do understand for like a more casual player, like let's say you're casual and you don't want to necessarily have to like do research into the build. You just want a build to throw on and play. Like meta builds are great for people like that. Or like just following a build. Doesn't need to be a meta build. Just following a build to a T is really good for someone who doesn't really care about putting the build together. They just want to, you know, wear the armor and the weapons and go and fight. So there's definitely times where like metas and stuff like that are really helpful for people like that. All right. I think I can lemon farm again. I think it's been long enough. So we'll go do a lemon farm quick, and then probably switch over to EU so I can work on that character. See if I can at least get a couple more artifacts on it before the season starts next week, because I won't be playing that character nearly as much. Honestly, I can get rid of these. Not worried about that. All right, lemons. Keep stockpiling them. Got 100 something now. It'd be nice to have like 300 plus by the season start. So it's a lot of lemons. But if the lemon prices go up again, I'm not afraid to sell them. Someone bought out the market, I think, and then reposted and was trying to charge way more for lemons than what they're worth. People cut on pretty quick. They undercut them. I think they posted them for like what we looked earlier, 40 to 60 bucks, something crazy like that. Yeah, I'm on Marama currently. When I switch to EU, I'll be on Nissa or Nisa. I don't know which one it is. I've heard both. I'm just gonna keep calling it Nissa. Yeah, that's my alt on EU. Maybe we'll pull a hardened crystal. That'd be a nice payday. I'd be fine with that. this one of you guys? It's funny, I've been meeting more people like on my various runs. It's cause like, I don't know, I post the videos and stuff. But you have done that to me before? Well, I appreciate it. I like when you guys see me out and about. Out in the open world. Cause usually it's like I run into people on like in OPRs and stuff, you know what I mean? Just cause it's cross-world. But on Marama in general, I've been running into more of you guys running like similar, you know, the routes that I like to run. So it's fun for me. I enjoy it. I like that my routes help people. We all need to make money. I don't know. I like little loot runs like this. It's relaxing. It's chill. Doesn't need to be intense endgame stuff for me. It's the little things like this that I enjoy about this game. But OPRs and stuff like that are still fun. Yeah, right now is such a good time to be farming. Like, if you want to farm herbs and all that stuff, like, do it this week. Actually, do it today. Do it today if you're gonna farm herbs and all that, just because with merges, you're just gonna have more competition. So if you're on a quiet server especially, like, go and farm. Today is your farming day. This is your sign to go farm. This type of looting, you don't really have to do, but if you're on a quiet one, like, just go and farm. It's worth it. Am I doing one thing? Yeah, I mean, like, I don't mind solo New World. Like, I play solo all the time for stream and stuff, and I really enjoy it. For stream, it's really nice because I can just kind of chill here, run a route, mindlessly run a route, and just, like, chat. But even like off stream and stuff, like Kat, my wife, we'll go and do like, you know, duo Elysian Wilds or just like Scarab runs together or whatever. You know, kind of whatever she's feeling and stuff because she doesn't play as much. But it's fun. And then like we might run an OPR, we might not. Kind of hang out. Got 8 lemons out of that. Wasn't as bad. We'll see if this run is any better overall. Last one, well, we got 14. We'll see when we get here. These cranberries? Oh, okay. We'll farm those. Why not? Strawberries. Strawberries are the other one, too. Am I a luck believer? No. I'm a luck believer for 1 to 2 days each season, thinking, hey, I'm gonna try it. And then within 1 to 2 days, I lose all belief in luck. So that's usually how it goes for me. I'm currently borrowing my buddy's major luck trophies. They're not even up right now. I don't even have them up. They're in my storage because, again, I tried it for 2 days and found the same results that I always find, which is nothing. And luck doesn't help you with craft mods and stuff, so I don't bother. But like, harvesting luck, I do believe in. Harvesting luck is huge. So like if you're farming herbs and stuff, then harvesting luck is the way to go. You know, or like mining or whatever. But for loot luck, no. Loot luck is trash. You can't convince me otherwise until I decide to try it again. And then you might be able to convince me. And then I'll completely deny it ever happened, so. I have a luck fit. I have a full luck fit. I just refuse to use it. I sell any luck food I get. I've bought luck food to try it. Waste of money. But then you'll talk to some people who just like swear by it. I'm just like, I don't believe you. I see no results. Maybe back when everyone was all about farming like trophy mats, that was maybe different, but even then, I was pulling as many trophy mats as some people who are using luck when I wasn't using it, so I don't know. I don't bother. It's a waste of my gear sets. I don't think there's one upstairs, is there? Oh no, there is. I still get confused with these houses. There's too many of them. They all look the same. Well, coconuts aren't all that bad. I don't know how much coconuts will go up next season. I do believe they'll go up a little bit. Like right now they're what, $2-3, which isn't bad. But looking at the territories that they drop in, I mean, they're not common territories for looting, so. Yeah, I mean, it depends on who you talk to. The people who swear by it, though, are the people who wear it every single time they go on chest runs and stuff. So I'm like, well, you wear it every single time. So it's essentially the same way as me saying it doesn't work, because I don't wear it every single time. And I still pull decent stuff, so. I would say if it makes you feel better, like you're getting better loot, wearing it, like just wear it. I feel worse every time I wear it. Cause I feel like, hey, I spend money on loot luck junk and I'm not getting anything out of it. But again, usually the stuff I'm farming for doesn't, like loot luck doesn't really count towards it, so. I don't believe it helps you at all with craft mods. I don't think there's any of the craft mods that it actually helps with. I guess I could try it someday in the far future. Far, far future. There's a very good chance season 5 I try it again, but I don't know. It's like once a season. Another bum lemon run. And I refuse to run around the rest of Weaver's Fen. Weaver's Fen loot is way too spread out for me to actually run the whole territory. That's why my video only showed 2 spots. I started recording other spots and the video was going to be like 2 hours long if I hit them all because it takes forever to run around. Yeah, I mean, if they change the tiers of the craft mods, then I could see where loot luck would start to maybe play a factor into it, but they already reduced, like, they had to have reduced the drop rate of weapon craft mods a while back, because I used to pull a lot more, and I just kind of stopped pulling them, but I'm not sure. But we'll see. I don't know, I like having craft mods being rare because it just like keeps the market flowing on them and stuff, and it just, I don't know, it's just another piece of loot that if you pull it you get excited over it, you know? Because I kind of lost that desire to farm trophy mats. Unless it's like loaded dice or something, you know, for the people who want the loot luck. But like I've probably pulled enough to have 3 basic, if not 2 or 3 extra major trophies. I just sell the trophy mats. I guarantee you I won't get that money back otherwise very quickly. Not by using the trophies. Alright. Please give us lots of lemons. 3. Well, better than none. Okay, Weaver's Fen progression, I guess. All right, lots of lemons. Okay, 4. We are now beating our last run that we only got 14. And I still have a stockpile and a regular crate. Big lemons. Okay, we're up to 19. Okay. I mean, like, this is an acceptable amount for this run compared to how they've been. Probably won't bother farming anything on EU. EU will just literally be OPRs and maybe work on the season pass. I got pretty far in the season pass on EU, so it may be worth it to actually try to get that done. I think I get one more matrix. Lemons? Coconuts. That's right, 30 coconuts. But that's not bad. Like 30 coconuts, or about 30 coconuts and about 30 lemons. Not bad. I'll take that. Profit rather than cooking. It depends. So when it comes to selling like consumable resources, there's certain price ranges that I'll look for. Next season, I'll probably wait a little bit to decide what the prices are gonna balance out to. But like for sugar, I don't really typically sell sugar unless it's close to 10 bucks. Lemons, if it's below 20, I usually hold off. So it just kind of depends. But like right now I'm sitting on, 400 sugar, 109 lemons. Sugar right now is like 6 or 7 bucks. So I mean, it's still decent money, but if I wait until it's closer to 10, if it gets to that point, especially next season, if it got to that point, it's 4K. And sugar is so easy to run. All right, I have too much stuff here though. I guess we can convert some. Let's go convert some moats. I didn't realize I had that many stacked up. I don't farm moats, it's just whatever I get. Keep stockpiling those. Do Alcahest farming too, that's really easy. Let's just convert all these, why not? Why not? It'll cut on some space. At least put the lemons and stuff away. But like sugar I might hold on to and either see if the price goes up or just save it for crafting. Like I know I'm not going to go and fish for legendary fish, and I'm not going to buy legendary fish. Allogel? Yeah, Allogel is such an easy farm. It's a mindless easy farm. Azoth Water is still an easy farm, it's just not quite as mindless just because you actually have to fight some stuff, but Azoth Water is still not bad. Allogel is really easy. And if you farm it in the same area I do, then there's like no competition, and there's so much of it that by the time you farm a whole bunch up, the other ones start respawning, and you can essentially just continuously farm it. Great. Yeah, it's like a never-ending farm. Like you can just keep going. Let's just do Quint. I haven't been leveling stuff up to Quintessence in a while. Let's just do it. I end up buying so much stuff anyways. I probably should go back to like crafting a lot of my own stuff, but at the same time, it's really nice to just like sell stuff and just buy what you need. Mainly because I'm lazy, but ready for the merge? I am excited for the merge. Both of my main servers are getting servers merged into them, so I like that. Market's gonna be really wonky though for a bit, just because of the fact that like we're getting merges and then we're getting a big update and stuff, so it'll be a little odd. Your laser here out and about farming stuff. I mean, yeah. Some stuff though, I put 0 effort into getting it. I just acquire it over time and then sell it, and then it's like, well, I'm gonna buy a bunch of honing stones. Actually, I should see, how much are honing stones right now? It gets me thinking, because I don't have a ton left, and I can craft them, but honing stones were really cheap the last time I bought them. Yeah, they're under 30 bucks. How much are buy orders? 25? Ooh, 18? Heck yeah, we're gonna throw up like a 1850. That's so cheap. I'll do 2 at 1850. People actually fill those. That's awesome. That's great. I've been on your ramen tunes in a couple weeks. Yeah, that's kind of how I am with my EU. What's your main server then? Oh, Marama is your main? Gotcha. Oh look, I have enough to actually make a seal. That's interesting. Yeah, look at all these look at all these trophy mats. They just kind of sit here. Doing an Isabella tune? Nice. Alright. We did a scarab run, didn't have luck. I'm gonna save Elysian Wilds for potentially later. Oh. I guess I didn't buy my chromatic seal for the day. It's the only thing I didn't do.
Oh, you are a beacon of hope.
Nobody on it. Yeah.
in those trying times. Every deed, from the humble to the great, kindles the
Alright,
light
let's
of
just go do
darkness.
like 1 or 2 of these really quick. Let's go do this one really quick. I want to get my chromatic seal before I switch over to EU. I just want to make sure I get this stuff done, because I'm gonna probably burn through chromatic seals next season. Just trying to put builds together. Since Magnify is getting its nice fancy change, I for sure want to make sure I'm ready to craft name gear. Because now I won't be afraid to actually use Magnify on, you know, more builds. Like this build, it screwed me over from being able to do exactly what I wanted to try, but it actually worked out better. But Magnify is still going to be so much better next season. I can't wait. Like my heavy armor, or my tank build. My tank build is the one that I really struggle with, because there's just enough Magnify to like mess it up, so I can't get the exact layout that I want. Alright, come on. Come on. All of you. This way. Thing just scream at me? What was that? So this build, I'm gonna put together a build video for this next season if it's still working out. I just don't know yet if it's going to work next season or not. I think it'll be fine, but the damage output's gonna be lowered. So before I make a video on it, I want to make sure it's actually like going to work out. probably. Can we not? Still gonna loot this. How many faction tokens do I get for this? 300. All right. That's all we needed to do, and then it's off to EU. Been, I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks since I played EU a whole lot. How's it ping for you? It's a lot better than you would assume. So there, like when the lag hits, you feel it, but it's not like constant typically, at least. So it is way better than I thought it was going to be. I'm gonna try a musket build at some point, and I want to put together a musket bow build for invasions, because that's normally what I would run for invasions. So it works out really well though for stream, because if I can get my invasion build going, for stream I can start doing invasions dayside for me, because it's nighttime in the EU. So it works out really well, because I like invasions, but I don't necessarily like doing them at night on US East, because usually we're doing other stuff. So it's kind of a way for me to be able to do invasions and have fun with that, but I don't know how the ping will be for range like that. For healing, it's fine. There's definitely times where like people die because of my ping. And then like with my heavy melee, there's definitely times where like I'll be clicking the buttons and it's just so delayed, but it's not like constant. It is not constant, so. All right, chromatic seal, let's buy that. And then we're swapping.
You are a beacon of hope and life in these trying times. Every deed, from the humble to the great.
How many do I have now?
All of us.
Got 12, perfect. So that's 4 named pieces, or I guess 12 artifacts, but I don't foresee myself leveling up 12 artifacts. Okay, not bad. All right, I'll throw it in the waiting room. I'm going to swap over to EU. Yeah, ping isn't too bad. But like, I will say there's definitely times where there's like 5 ice storms and sacred grounds and void circles and all that, and yeah, it gets a little choppy. Get some vortex rolling in there too, just so there's that much more happening on the screen. Yeah, I mean, I went into the, making the character knowing like, all right, we're probably going to run into this issue. I just didn't know to what extent, and like for the PvE side of it, it's fine. Like I have no issues with the PvE. There's maybe a couple times where I died, early game, because you're just, everything can kill you, but it's really not that bad. There was maybe only one day, and it was probably my internet more than anything. Just that one day, because it was like so bad that I just had to take a break. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, we need to catch up on what all I was working on. I have a little bit of money. I was helping Cat level up, it looks like. A jewelry matrix. We got 5 chromatic seals. That's kind of nice. I don't have much money. Wait, that's not my house. I forgot. What is this? Aggression? We made it to 80. Spearmaster. Level 10 on that. Alright, let's go buy our golden matter. I don't think I have enough. I think I have enough orbs. Need 18 more. Oh no. I actually have to use my gypsums. There it is. They should give it its own separate tab. Make it easier. Apparently, I've got 4 OPR caches on top of that. So we're probably no healer. It's my musket build. That's what I was working on as far as using my outpost rush caches. I think I was hoping to pull gear, but I didn't. This is going to be a full nature harnessing build for that. Invasion build's gonna be different from like a main musket build though. And then I also need to get Endless Thirst leveled up. In Ancient Guardian enemies and Legion rounds. Okay, so let's do this. And this is a full focus, so we can actually swap that up, okay. Dead game. Well, fortunately for you, you don't have to play it. All right. This, get that. Just memeing. No, it's all good. I mean, that's been the meme for how long with New World? I just find it funny when people like go into game or into like a YouTube video or a stream or whatever and they have to say that, and it's just like, this is such a dead game. Like, why are you going out of your way to go and like go into creators stuff? Like, you're still promoting the game by going in there technically, so I don't know. We'll take the ad revenue if you want to sit there and say it's dead and watch it. I'll for sure take it. Concerned about the next few months? I'm not. I am not. People need to look past the first. People need to look past season 5. The 2 dev Q&A. What was wrong with the last one? I'm just curious. Like, I'm not trying to like go at you or anything. I'm just curious because like I've heard various people say various things about the Q&A. I think they essentially were telling people exactly what I've been trying to tell people, and that's they have information that we don't need to know as a community right now, because it's not good for the health of the community to share things that are potential changes or potential content coming up. Because then a lot of times the community will take that as they said they were going to do this, and if they don't do it, we're going to get on them about it. So are they better off sharing some of that information with the community and having them be upset if they don't follow through? Or is it better for them to stay quiet and to just not share that stuff because the community will take it out of context? They're not saying enough because the community will ream them if they don't stick to it. And if it's stuff that they're not confident in the timeline of it or anything like that, plans change, I mean, people are going to lose their mind regardless. So they're taking the lesser of two evils in that sense. No expansion this year, they should be doing a lot more. It's a whole new script though. So I understand we need new content, but they need to do the new script. They needed to finish the MSQ. There's certain things that they needed to do. At what point do we allow them to do those things? Season 5 is our season where they're changing a lot of the stuff. And this year in general, they're changing the game. They're trying to make it so for future content and future updates, it goes smoother. But the community won't allow that to happen because they get so upset that we're not getting content every single update. And that's just like, it's not necessarily fair to them to just be like, well, they're just, you know, we need more content regardless of if it's actually ready to release or not. I mean, I can see why it's frustrating. I get it. I get that people are frustrated, but at the same time, there are a lot of games that you can play and wait for the bigger content to come. So if people are that upset that there's not new content, take a break from the game. It's okay. Come back when there's content that you enjoy. But for those of us who are still enjoying it, we're getting tired, or at least I'm getting tired of seeing people just saying, it's gonna die, I don't enjoy it, so blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, don't play the game. And like, there's a lot of new players and returning players that are really having fun with the game because there's so much more to do for the early side, in the mid game, and into the end game, that it's just, honestly, it's selfish for a lot of the endgame players to only care about endgame specifically. I understand they need the endgame content. The early game and mid game content were not that great for a long time. They just weren't. Like, MSQ was not exciting. It wasn't fun. It wasn't artistic. It wasn't, you know what I mean? So like, it's gotten to a point where like they need to get these things done. At what point do we allow them to get it done? And they need to stick to their guns because they have a plan for the game. They have a plan for the future of AGS, the game, Lord of the Rings MMO, all of that. So take a break. Like, Dangle, take a break from the game. Seriously, take a break and come back when there's more content that you're happy with. It's okay to do that. It is 100. I support people taking a break from New World just as much as I support people getting into New World for the first time and enjoying it or returning. It is okay. Like, don't feel, if you feel like you have to play the game, like, definitely take a break and try something else. Like, by all means, do that and just allow the devs to kind of like work towards the future that they see with the game. And to be honest, by the time the Lord of the Rings MMO comes out, I'll probably switch over to that. Because all the tech and everything that they're working on is leading into that MMO. And I think they'll end up putting a lot more into that once that actually is like much, much closer. There's no other MMOs. So is that AGS's fault though, when they have stuff that they have to do on the game and that they see for the future of the game that we don't have that information on, that we don't need that information on? It's not fair for us to rail AGS about it. That's on the player base to find other things that they enjoy, or just, you know, or just deal with the fact that they have to make these changes for the future of what they see with the game. The future that the player base sees and the future that AGS sees could be two different things, not necessarily a bad thing though, just because they have information that we don't. They see numbers and see player bases, and like they actually said in the last Q&A, you know, it's tough because the people on Reddit and Discord is really tricky. That's not, you know, necessarily the majority of the player base, it's just those who are vocal. So I get that. I understand the losing of players. Let's take a look outside of AGS. Let's take a look at the gaming community right now where it sits, okay? So people are concerned with dropping numbers, right? So first we'll look at New World. Every single game that has seasons, do they maintain the full population from start to finish of that season? Or is it by mid to late season do those games start to drop player base? Okay, so that's the first part of it. I would assume that the majority of games that have seasons, if you look at their analytics, they probably have a pretty big drop off of population mid to late season, okay? So that's one. Second part is, look at how many new games in the last year that have come out, or even the last 6 months. Look at Palworld, we have Helldivers, we had Baldur's Gate. We've got all these new games that are eating up so many people's times that a lot of players can't invest hundreds or thousands of hours into each of these games. Other games aren't missing. Other games are for sure missing deadlines. Other games definitely are missing deadlines. And to be honest, with the New World community, let's say they weren't ready to release Season 5, right? So let's say last week they came out and said, hey, sorry, we're not ready to release Season 5 yet. We don't have an exact date. Do you think that would have made people happy to hear that? Or do you think it would have potentially... Oh, I can't open this. Or do you think it potentially would have made people just get more upset? Like, why did you say anything at all if you weren't ready to share a date? Because that's how I see it, is that our community maybe would have been okay with that. But I also think our community maybe would have been very upset by them saying that. So that's where sometimes saying nothing is the best thing to do. I'm not saying every single time. They definitely could have said more, maybe found a different way of phrasing it or whatever, but I've seen the community get upset when they don't have any information. If they didn't have information, then what should they say? Like, what is a good answer to that if they don't have the proper information, they don't have an exact date, because they don't want to overpromise and underdeliver? What in your opinion, honestly, is like, would have been a better way to go about it? I mean, like I said, I think it's okay to be upset, but like, to me, it sounds like there's a lot of people need to take a little break and just come back when the content is there that they need. There's a lot of players who are new to New World. The console or the controller support is bringing new players into the game as well. So, I mean, again, we're very concerned with the current player base, and that's fine to be concerned with it, but they're trying to open up, you know, more ways for new players to get into the game as well. And that's awesome. I love seeing new players in the game. And hearing like that they love exploring and building their characters and farming and doing the things that we used to love in the game. Well, I still love some of it, not all of it. So if they release everything else, postpone the combat, and then they have... See, I don't think that would have been good, personally. And that's the issue. So we have two different opinions. Should AGS listen to one more than the other, or should they just stick to what their plan is for the game and the future of the game, and just understand that there's going to be different opinions? I mean, there's definitely been updates and stuff where I'm just like, why would they do this? Why would they think about doing this? This makes no sense. Like, why? It's just, everyone's gonna feel differently with that stuff. But the important thing is like that they don't fall into only sticking to what Reddit and Discord and what those people are complaining about, and stick to their guns of what they want for the game. They haven't confirmed console. I'm not talking just console. I'm saying the controller support is allowing players to play the game that normally wouldn't be able to play. Like, I've talked to people who are literally getting into New World for the first time because of the controller support. Because they have, you know, they have a disability or something that hasn't allowed them to play the game otherwise. So even just that alone is a really good start to just allow the game to be more available to more players. Right now I'm on Nissa over on EU, but my main is over on Marama. Question on the lemon run. Do I run luck? No, I don't ever run luck. We just had a discussion about that a little bit ago. I refuse. Oh, Tech, are you? I ran into you, right? Were you the one that I just ran into over on Marama? I'm over on EU at the moment. I'm not on Marama currently. Yeah, well, thanks for saying hi. I like seeing people on the runs. I appreciate it. But we got ads over on Twitch, so we'll give it a sec. I was wondering. I was like, well, usually if I run into people on any of my runs that I'm doing that I have videos on, usually it's like they have to be run the same thing. There's no other reason someone's in Weaver's Fen at 65 doing that. There's no other reason to be there. Wasn't what they can do, and then working on what they're having difficulty with. Yeah, I mean they have to be in the middle, but we have to meet them in the middle too. Wouldn't you agree? I think people have been upset with their purchase since the game came out because their release was terrible. They can openly admit that their releases have been terrible. You know, they own up to their mistakes, unlike a lot of dev companies who like just try to play it off like it was on purpose or something. Hello, Riddler. Hello, hello. I think I saw Extinct in there too. Hello, Extinct. Sorry if I missed it. If there's any other business that can get away with products that are making people... Hold on, I need to read that now. Let me grab this chest. We are consumers that already bought a product. So here's the thing. So yes, right? You think that they're the only ones who can get away with it? I would also like to say that the gaming world is one of the most bang for your buck industries though. How many other industries, like let's say food for example, you go out and spend $40 on food and you're maybe there for 2 hours at most and you get enjoyment for a little bit. I have how many thousands of hours in New World? So as far as consumer, you know, money for how much you're paying and stuff, you could say then that as well. On top of the fact that like we got Brimstone for free, we got a lot of stuff for free. So although yes, people are upset, we didn't pay that much money for the game. Extinct, you're shocked and upset. Why are you shocked and upset? That's not good. But for $40 to get thousands of hours, okay, we'll say $70 total with the expansion, and I've gotten thousands of hours worth of gameplay, I would say I've gotten my money's worth. You don't know? Well, hopefully you're doing all right. I'm doing all right. We're just having discussions on New World. I like seeing the different opinions because I see so many people with different opinions. Oh, look, I read the chat and got tilted. Why would you feel that? I'm okay. I'm not tilted. Okay. I'm just having the discussion because it's different opinions. I don't like when people only agree with every opinion. Like that makes for not as good a conversation as far as trying to actually talk to. I might have just misunderstood what you said, Taboo. But no, I'm fine. I like to show different sides of the gaming industry that is just not 100% negative. I'm not saying you are, Dangle. I'm enjoying the conversation of just like hearing, like, you love the game, right? Like, you wouldn't play the game if you didn't like it. You wouldn't feel the way you did if you didn't like it, right? The people who are upset with the game, the reason why they're upset is because they enjoy the game and they want to continue to enjoy the game and all of that. Extinct doesn't even play. Don't listen to him. So that's why I like the discussions, because I definitely do have a different outlook from some people, but at the same time, I understand that like those people who are negative, they're negative because they enjoy it. They're not negative because they hate the game. So that's why like I like these discussions, because like the more people I hear upset, it's just like those people are upset because they want the game to do well. And I get that. I understand it. I appreciate it. I just think that like we also need to support the dev team as much as we're like kind of complaining and stuff. If we like, if take this, if you were an employee, if you've ever worked retail, have you ever had a complaint from a customer to the point where it's like, well, if they're only going to complain, why would I want to work for them? Why would I want to do better for that particular customer? Which I think it's okay to complain. I think it's okay to share your issues and stuff. But I think we also need to be supportive and say like, hey, you did great. You're doing fantastic with, you know, this update, or you're doing like, we really liked that you did this, you know, so. And that's fine, Dangle, but I mean, I don't know your background. You don't know what all has changed within Amazon. Did you work for AGS or just Amazon? Because that's two very, very different things. Because I've also heard that AGS is fantastic to work for, which I can respect that a lot too, you know. We won't get into Blizzard. I don't even look into the Blizzard stuff because it's just, yeah. I don't play Blizzard games like ever, so. I'll just say this. If you guys want to see a really bad dev team, go play Ark and follow Wildcard for a little bit. Extinct, you know what I'm talking about. You know Wildcard, you know how they are. And if you want to see one of the worst dev teams as far as deadlines and overpromising and underdelivering, Wildcard is maybe the worst in the business. They're awful when it comes to overpromising and underdelivering. It's ridiculous. So do you think, so with the player count, right? So with the player count side of things, do we think that outside of AGS, some of that also works? Or some of that also is like playing into effect with other games, the end of the season, obviously like the delay isn't helping, but yeah. Yeah, see, Extinct knows what I'm talking about. Week 9 your group work and someone has decided to go and make their own recipe sheet for our game. Wait, so you're doing work twice? Or someone's doing work twice? Is that the same group work you were doing the other day? Or the other week? Because I know you said you had some group work that you were doing that wasn't going great. Dang. Well, hopefully it goes better, Extinct. Hopefully your group steps it up. Dangle, did you work for AGS? Like directly for AGS? Or just like Amazon? I might have missed it if you said. Operations at Amazon. So did that involve anything with AGS or just Amazon like as a whole? I don't know. I mean, Amazon is so huge. I don't know what's what with them. All I know is like AGS is a very small portion of Amazon at that point. Gotcha. Oh, so you worked. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Extinct, you're just like doing work and people are just not even paying attention and then doing the work again. That's so frustrating. But it doesn't surprise me. And move on to something else, to something. Yeah, exactly. I think Frosty, exactly what you said is so common for a lot of games. Like, I know a lot of people who will come in, they'll play New World really heavily, burn through their content, and they're off to the next game. And I think nowadays that's way more common too. You just see it more of people that are just like, all right, I finished that content, on to the next content, on to the next one, on to the next one. So I think some of that definitely plays a factor into numbers for every single game. And then there's like a few like kind of freak accident games where it's just like somehow they maintain it for way longer than anyone else. But no, I mean, like I said, I think conversations like this are good. Like, we're keeping it civil. We're just kind of hanging out, chatting with it. People can share their experiences, their feelings, and all that. And like, again, we all want the game to do well, except for maybe Extinct. Extinct doesn't really care. He wants his project to do well. But you know, we're all passionate about the game because we want it to succeed. We aren't upset with each other or AGS because we think the game's terrible and just destined to fail. It's just we want the game to do well. So that's oh no, I didn't mean to transfer all that. Whoops. That's where we have the mutual understanding within our community of like, we want the game to do well. There's a few people who might want the game to do really bad. We don't listen to those people necessarily, or we can listen to them to a certain extent, but yeah. But we want the game to do well. We're all on the same page with that. And I appreciate that a lot. But I do think that the devs need some form of encouragement. What did you just do? What did you do, Extinct? Why is my auto mod? What? We'll allow it. It's allowed. You think all your assets came from? Magically, the work was the work was there, Extinct. I don't know how to explain it. The guy he had it done. Say what's better, rapier, spear, and bow and musket? I run both rapier and spear, so I actually run rapier with my bow and I run spear with my musket. I have ran rapier with musket. Honestly, whichever one's more fun for you, and depending on your play style. So like rapier gives you a lot more escape, depending on how you run it, and spear I just like because it's a lot of CC. So for that, I would just go with whichever you have the most fun with. But if you find that like you're needing more of an escape, I'd go rapier. So I have one of the devs from New World with the dev and no thanks, we're good. We don't need to be like doing the work over 5 times. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Maybe working on console port, but their main job is to just put. I think console is something that eventually they'll get into. I don't think we're gonna get console soon. I think they need to get a lot more stuff figured out. But I think console would be good for the game, even if it's not as big as PC. I mean, again, they might be looking at stuff that's telling them otherwise, analytics or stuff. I'm not positive. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about other content creators. I know there's a lot of negativity out there. I don't need to feed into the negativity as far as just like adding more to it. That's why I try to bring some positivity to it, rather than just like only talking about negativity. I think it's good to talk about it, but I'm not gonna go make videos and stuff about it. I just don't worry about it. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about the other creators and stuff. I don't want to get into that and have, you know, poor discussions on other creators, because I don't want poor discussions on myself either, because I mean, like, any creator, any player, again, we love the game, we want the games to do well. I'm not going to go out of my way to try to bring up other creators and stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm on EU. Yeah, even a small percentage of the console market, as long as it's like profitable, you know what I mean? So they might be looking at it too, where like it's not profitable right now with where the game's at. Maybe they have to get some of these things done in order for it to get to that point. You know, but being that they have said that the Lord of the Rings MMO is supposed to be cross-platform, it would make you assume that they'd want to bring it to New World first, to maybe avoid some of the initial issues that New World had. Avoid that with the oh, I only have 11k. All right, let's queue up. I'm I'm like just running around town right now chatting. We'll queue up. Yeah, AGS is going to be releasing a Lord of the Rings MMO eventually. It's gonna be working off the same engine and stuff as New World. In the same server Wednesday. Castle of Steel. Castle of Steel OG. There was a lot of people that were on Castle of Steel. Wait, is Castle of Steel getting merged into Marama? I thought it was just Octans. Stone, how the stones? Oh, my stones have been fine. I still have one more in my kidney, but it hasn't started to pass yet. So, cross my fingers it doesn't happen too soon. I'm reading that as Joshua. Is it Hey guys, I'm terrible. I'm terrible at pronunciation. Is it Joshua? Jav kids? No, I do not have kids. I have nieces and nephews. Well, yeah, Extinct's kind of like my online child in a sense, I guess. I've known Extinct. Extinct, how old were you when I met you? Because what, I've known you for, is it 3 years now? I don't know, but we've had this discussion. You were like college, yeah, so like 3 years. That's crazy. You're just a little baby. He was just a little baby when we met him. I mean, they haven't said anything about the Lord of the Rings MMO really since they just announced that they were working on it. Which, yeah, I agree. They probably shouldn't have said much of anything, but at the same time, it brings a little hype around AGS too. So, from a marketing standpoint, I think it's not bad. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. There's positives and negatives to saying stuff like that. I just think they shouldn't say anything more. The followage. Dangle, it's been that long. Time flies. Time flies. I met Extinct back in my ARC days. The good old ASE days. ARC Survival Evolved back before I think Gen 2 and all that. And now look at ARC. If you want to see a company go downhill, you go and look at ARC. You just watch Wildcard do their thing with ASA. They still are trying to say that Scorched Earth is coming out on the 31st. I doubt it. I highly doubt that. Wildcard's always been dumpster fire. Yeah, but at least ASE maintained a player base. ASA has lost the majority of every single player, and not like New World players, you know what I mean? Like ASE had more players than ASA type of loss. Like their older game was doing significantly better for a while. That guy's gonna die. Yep. Sorry, guy. I couldn't quite lock on. I've played Rust. I'm not very good at. I'm terrible at Rust. I'm really, really bad at Rust. I enjoy it from time to time. I think like the mechanics and the building and stuff is fun, but yeah, I'm really, really bad at that game. Atlas. I didn't even bother with Atlas. So here's the thing, okay? With Atlas, we'll have a quick discussion about it. If you've ever played ARC, for those who have played ARC, you know how terrible the rafts are. Why would a game who can't even get a raft to work properly, why would it be a good idea for make a game about boats with literally like ships being your transportation? Their rafts in ARC are terrible. I don't understand why they thought it was a good idea. It's just a reskin, and that's just it. Is like I was close to playing Atlas. And then I just like saw so much. I'm like, why wouldn't I just play ARC? I prefer the dinosaurs anyways. The dinosaurs are what makes ARC fun. I don't need a pirate ship with a bear or whatever. Like Daisy. If I got into like RP, I'd probably play Daisy, but Daisy's not as much my thing. I thought about eventually getting into RP someday, but I've never really done it, so I don't know. Atlas was essentially just Ark with pirate ships and actual animals instead of dinosaurs. That's about it. I don't really know what's happening in this match. I'm just running around. Our team's absolutely smoking them right now, it seems, so I'm just gonna run back. Yeah, that's true. Sea of Thieves. I mean, Sea of Thieves, I've played a little bit. That's another game where, like, I haven't played much of it. I'm not great. What the heck was that? I'm not great, but Sea of Thieves was fun, the little bits that I have played. I thought I gave you... Wait. I thought I gave you, VIP Extinct. I thought you were VIP. That's why I haven't given it to you. Well, Extinct is getting VIP because he should have had it for a while now. I don't know why you don't. Guy, I sent you the heal, but I don't have Refreshing Divine Embrace on this guy, so... Oh, he's a heavy armor? Yeah, Extinct gets his VIP. Hold on. We got you. Very exclusive, okay? Dangle. I'll think about it, Dangle. Well, think about it. What's your sales pitch here? Actually, it's funny. The majority, I think most of my VIPs are all people who have played Ark and stuff. it's like Ark. Like cheese. Okay, here's the real question then. Since we're talking Ark, favorite Ark creature, Dangle. This is gonna say a lot about you. This is gonna tell us if it's proper. Okay, beans. All right. You know, Extinct, you already have the VIP locked, okay? Argentavis. Ooh, an Argentavis. Are you Bob? You choosing Bob dinos here, huh? Mid. Extinct's our resident dinosaur enthusiast here. You saying even ASE, like RGs were your thing? Like, let's say a Wyvern's coming at you, you're gonna be on an RG? The Birdman? Well, when you say it like that, that's a little bit better. Then again, I mean, art character creation, you literally probably looked like a Birdman. You never know. Art character creation is one of the best character creations of all games, I'd say. I don't know how many of you would agree with that, but I think Ark character creation is one of the greatest things about Ark. My RGs were S tier. I mean, there's definitely worse dinos. There's for sure worse dinos you could have said. Shadowmanes are great. Shadowmanes are like too OP though, you know what I mean? Shadowmanes are so good that they're too good. Tropio. I'm more of a Dunkleo guy, you know what I mean? I like eating rocks underwater. I mean, hey, RGs are a strat for Desert Titan. You can kill a Desert Titan with RGs, so I can respect that. I know I should read that tomato, tomato, but I'm reading that as tomato, tomato. So. Steal eggs from pit. Those are wyverns. Wyverns and Deinonychus and Magmasaurs. What else do you steal eggs from? Dangle is the one that's just like hiding out in people's caves, just waiting for them to not pay attention. Where am I from? Wow. I don't need visits, to be honest. We're not doxing myself today. Maybe another day. Texas. Yes, my thick Texas accent. You guys need more disease to kill me. I should have been dead. Look, that guy peeled for me. You see that? He should have died, but he peeled for me and I kept him alive. I'm gonna die. I don't know American states. We have a lot of them. We got 50, believe it or not. I'm telling you, Capros. Capros are like my biggest fear when it comes to Arcpok. Because I always like to go and get my frogs for Arcpok because we don't actually build bases, we just roam. And it's yeah, it's Capros suck. I hate them. I'm so sure I got the spot. Sometimes just being persistent helps, you know? Persistence can definitely win you raids. Also don't know most European countries. Well, that's okay. There's a lot of countries over there too. Like I said, learn by dying, but he's running away. He's not learning anything. I've been to Chicago. Get him, team. He's so low. Nice. That was an accidental kill. I didn't. Yep. I'm not a big city guy. I actually don't like big cities. I get way too like overwhelmed in a big city. If it were up to me, if it weren't, I mean, like, obviously the convenience of living in country kind of sucks because you're not close to stuff, but I would love to live, like, out a ways. Still close enough to, like, drive to the cities pretty quick, but my parents live just far enough out of town where, like, we can kind of get out there and it feels like you're almost in country, so it's nice. Play light and stand ground, no PR. I'm gonna, like, I prefer to die with my team. That's why I don't run rapier. I don't like to run away. Sometimes you have to, but... Oh, good job, team. I helped, I was here. Scotland's basically our country. Yeah, I don't know. Big cities just... Like, I don't mind visiting big cities where I know I'm only there for a period of time. Like, I've been to Vegas, I've been to Chicago, I've been to Sacramento. Like, I've been to a lot of big cities and, like, it's fun for a bit. And then I just reach a point where I'm just like, I'm ready to go home and, like, sit at home and just kind of be in the quiet, you know? Trip them. Good work. Arcest Blunderbuss. Arcest Blunderbuss or Finisher. Oh, I see. Yeah, I was gonna say if you're using Finisher to run, you're doing it wrong. But as a healer, no. I'll use Rapier as a DPS. I like Rapier DPS. I just don't like it only for running away. Drive to a lock with mountain rangers from your house. See, that sounds very nice. But it's also one of those things like, when you live there, do you end up going and hiking and all that stuff as much? Or is it mainly like only if you're visiting a place? Like, I could drive a couple hours north or south, I guess, depending on what I want to see. But I don't. Like, I guess 20 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, 20 minutes doesn't get me very far. But that's just like kind of typical of the US, you know. Blunderbuss Rapier? Yeah, I don't know. Using 2 secondary attributes is kind of rough sometimes. But it depends on your build. Sometimes the builds can work out really well. King Jade. Wait. Oh, I can't show you. That's exactly what I have, Dangle. That is literally my fire staff that I have. I crafted it. That's crazy. That is 100% the fire staff that I use. I think. I don't run fire staff much. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just literally just chatting with you guys. Our team is just winning, so I don't really have to do much. There's just not much of a hiker them. Yeah, hiking isn't for everyone. I used to hike more when I was younger. Get rooted. Ow. He wasted his heart rune. Okay. 3 stats for 3 different builds. Yeah, that helps. Like, if you run one type of weapon a lot, it helps to have multiple different weapons just to change the build up. Oh, for your, for Pestilence? Yeah, that makes sense. As a healer, I absolutely hate those builds, so... Appreciate the Lurk Extinct. Yeah, go have fun. Have fun fixing his mistake. Or work or whatever I guess it was at that point. Doing more work than you originally had to. That's a lot of people chasing one guy. Yeah, I don't really know what's happening here. I'm just here. I don't know why are they way over there. Guys stuck on a rock? Whoops, wrong person. How bad. I guess I'll drop back to Sun. I don't know. Yeah, I forgot. We still have this rolling, don't we? That. I don't know what's going on. I don't think anyone knows what's going on in this match. We're just running around. Heavy VGIG can be so strong. VGIG in general, I mean heavy for sure, but even in light, it can be so irritating. And that's where, like, with my Abyss build on my main, I've been really liking Voidblade, because then I run Voidblade with Blood Drinker, and then I have, you know, like Voracious Blade, Scream, Circle, and like literally just burn through my Great Axe cooldowns and then just start swinging and just get, you know, as long as I'm landing crits, I'm getting constant cooldown reduction. And you can just sit there and just over and over and over, just keep screaming people. Trip him. Get tripped. Ow. Yeah. He didn't have any disease. I don't know what he was going to do, but we did it. Oh. Big plays.